Thank you for joining me for another ALFCAST. I'll try to keep this short. It will be a prediction video. Cyril Gane versus Derrick Lewis, which is happening this weekend. I'm really excited for this fight because I'm a big Cyril Gane fan. If you followed my content, I've posted videos about him or other videos where I've talked about him as a very promising future heavyweight contender. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. So yeah, this is I'm really excited for this card as well. If we just look at the card real quick here before I get to the prediction. Yeah, and as usual, it's going to be a crazy time in Spain. It's be like 4 a.m. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain too much. The card is awesome, like I said. Jose Aldo, Pedro Munoz fighting as well. You also have Michael Chiesa and Vicente Luque. Some good fights also in the prelims and early prelims. Yeah, there's some okay fights. Casey Kennedy, Song Yedong, and Tisha Torres and Angela Hill as well in the main card. I mean, there's supposed to be Amanda Nunes and she was supposed to fight, but she got COVID, and that was, I think, going to be moved now. Anyway, going into this fight, Derrick Lewis, Cyril Gane, the odds are pretty crazy. Yesterday, Cyril Gane was like negative or minus 400, meaning you had to bet $400 to win $100 on Cyril Gane. Right? Obviously, the odds would be different if you were more specific in your bet. If you chose for him to win by submission or TKO or whatever, you'd have better odds than just choosing him to win outright. If you'd know that if you bet frequently. But Derrick Lewis plus 270 underdog. Okay, so you bet $100, you get 270, and you win $170. I am gonna go with the betting odds. I think Cyril Gane's gonna win this fight, and the reason why is, in terms of striking, I'm just gonna say, and all, not just striking, all around sort of skill set, the way he moves, the way he sort of manages distance, the way he has a very defensive and nullifying sort of stance and style that I think is going to work really well for Derrick Lewis. So he's also a lot more agile. He moves a lot quick. He has better range in terms of how much he can move, and he's really fast at that. So that combined with his slight reach advantage over Derrick Lewis, I think he has. Let's just have a quick look just to be sure. Derrick Lewis is 201 centimeters, 201 cm, 206 for Cyril Gane. So there's 5 inches reach advantage. So that's going to play well into that. What I expect is going to be the strategy of Cyril Gane here. We're going to see a lot of him darting in and out, probably with a jab or a 1-2 jab straight, jab hook, or straight hook, whatever. He's going to come in and out, leg kicks as well. I think we're going to see that. And perhaps body shot, a significant amount of body shots, because Derrick Lewis would be ideal to hit in the body because he's not the best cardio guy. Anyway, so that's going to be the main argument. Also in comparison, I want to say, Cyril Gane, conditioning wise, there's no secret. He's a lot more conditioned than Derrick Lewis. He has that athletic background. and there's no mystery. I mean, you could just compare the way they look as fighters. I mean, it's not the only measure, but it is one measure. If you look at just how conditioned and fit Cyril Gane looks versus Derrick Lewis. I mean, yeah, that's my point, right? Not Derrick Lewis as well hasn't. It's no secret he's complained about doing 5 round fights in the past. You've seen him perform. Oftentimes within the second round, he's already showing a difference in terms of his stamina and movement. And I sympathize with Derek because I'm on the bigger side, and I rely on power when I do jujitsu, for example. So I might be, because of that. I have a shorter sort of um, lifespan. If in terms of stamina, it takes me a lot less to get tired in a grappling match versus typical guys who are more sort of distributed with their energy and their stamina. I don't know if I'm making sense. I just heard Luna react to what I said when I talk. So anyway, I don't want to digress too much on that. But last thing I want to say, Derek Lewis, never count this guy out. There's a saying, very common saying in combat sports, there's always the puncher's chance. Now, if there are levels to that, to the puncher's chance, Derek Lewis is on the top, tippy top of puncher's chance. Okay, he's the king of puncher's chance, basically. Like you saw it in the fight with Curtis Blades. He was getting pieced up. He was getting dominated by Curtis Blades. I put money on Curtis Blades for that fight. Um, and Derek Lewis came out with that beautiful uppercut that landed as Curtis Blades was going for his legs. I believe that's what Curtis was doing. We will never know because before we could confirm that he was asleep. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And he's done it before that, before Curtis Blades. That's what he's got, and that's what he's not gonna out fight um, Cyril Gane. I think he's gonna rely on waiting for that opportunity to knock him out. He's gonna maybe play coy and just kind of maybe show Cyril, try and bait him in. And when he does that, if he's able to do that and catch Cyril Gane, man, I mean, I'd like to see how Cyril handles that. I mean, we've never actually seen Cyril Gane knocked down or knocked out or in any sort of significant. I don't think I've seen Cyril Gane in any sort of significant trouble. Like he was, hurt in a fight. So yeah, that would be interesting to see. Although I'd like Cyril Gane to win, and like I said, he's my pick. If you're betting, bet responsibly, man. You could bet on either of these fighters. I'm just telling you who I'm picking, and both are good. I mean, because you'll have better odds with Derrick Lewis if you want to bet a smaller amount. You'll get some decent odds. If you choose a round where he'll knock out Cyril Gane, if he does, right? There's usually some very good odds for that, and that's a decent bet. Like I said, there's that puncher's chance, and nobody has the better puncher's chance than Derrick Lewis. So, yeah, whatever you do, good luck. My last prediction didn't go too well, but I picked the wrong fighter. But hey, man, nobody knew that AGOK was gonna destroy Pitbull like that. Nobody could have predicted that outcome. So it is what it is, dude. But yeah, this one, Cyril Gane is gonna be the winner of this fight. And if you want to bet based on that information, go ahead and do it. But if you lose, don't contact me, okay? All right, man. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.